friends, welcome to IT Job Pulse. Today is 10th video and it's a great milestone. With that, I want to share one challenge in this 10th video which I have started in the afternoon, that is using the mouse with the left hand. I am a righty person. In my life, I have tried sometimes to use it with the left hand, the mouse, but mostly I failed. I started in a minute, and in the next minute, I went back to right hand. Fortunately, from the afternoon, today, I am able to use it. But of course, the speed is not that great as like with right hand. The purpose of doing it, there are two things. First is I am using a lot of mouse like daily, hourly, weekly, monthly. So just to reduce the pain, just to transfer the activity of right hand to left hand, I'm doing it. That's the first reason. Second reason, scientific reason. If you use your opposite hand, in my case, being righty, I am using left hand to do some activity. Here, I am using a mouse. Then your brain becomes active, you become more intelligent. Let's see how it goes. And when I started, I was not comfortable, but I am enjoying it now. And if you are lefty, don't forget you need to use your right hand. So with that little twist, with the left hand mouse, please bear with me if I make any mistakes. Well, let me open the topic. PMP training, defining and sequencing activities. Okay. So now we will define and sequence the activities where WBS meets the real world. Yes, imagine WBS meeting to the real world. Now, if you are not a regular viewer of the channel, you might have a question. What is WBS? So to those all regular viewers, I want you to help new viewers with the full form of WBS. I request you to please comment in the comment section the full form of WBS. Meanwhile, to new viewers of the channel, if you want to understand WBS, please go back and watch the video number 8 and 9. I will drop a link of those videos in the comments section. And I think we have got the answer for WBS. Okay. Thanks to the regular viewers. And the answer is work breakdown structure. Kudos to you and me also, because I also remember the abbreviation. So welcome to the schedule jungle. Okay. It's a jungle of schedule. And it starts with the question. Have you ever faced a tiger in a jungle? If yes, please comment yes. Fortunately, that did not happen with me, and I don't want that to happen in my life. Okay, because it's a huge risk. Okay, so let's change the question. Let's make it, ever built a house without knowing which brick goes first, right? So you must have seen how the building construction happens or the house construction happen. They start with like wall and they start from the ground level, okay, or the foundation level. And that's where the first brick comes into place. And that is why we define and sequence activities. Now I'm talking about waterfall methodology. And I will come to Agile Scrum in a while. Okay. Again, if you are not a regular viewer, if you want to understand waterfall and agile, and there is one more methodology that is hybrid, then I recommend you to watch the first video. Okay. So let's turn our WBS into a real project timeline without the panic attacks. Like the example I gave you, facing a tiger in the jungle. So we want to make sure that we don't have any panic attacks when we start working on the project timeline. So what WBS says, work breakdown structure says build a wall. That's your work package. Okay. So we have got the WBS structure. Now build a wall is nothing but it is your package. Okay. And you break down work package into activities. That is mix steel cement, lay bricks, repeat step by step tasks to get it done. So this is how WBS meets the real project. So we need to define activities, break it like it's hot. Identify the specific tasks to require complete each work package. So tasks are nothing but the activities required for the work package to be completed. Think of it as a to-do list for each deliverable. Again, these are nothing but the activities for work package, and this is a to-do list. More clarity equal to less chaos. Definitely, when you have a clarity and you know what you're doing, then you don't have to go through a chaos. It's not the right sentence. The chaos is still there. It is less chaos. Okay. So it's like sequence activities like dominoes, but with deadlines. Okay. Uh, I want you to comment about deadlines, timelines, and deadlines. How many of you hate it or love it? So if you love it, say love it. If you hate it, say I hate it. Okay. Even for me, I also hated deadlines, timelines because it brings pressure. Okay. So when you have a deadline, that means the task is going to get over. Okay. When there is a timeline, it has a start date and end date. Okay. So it's a good thing to have in your life. Okay. Deadlines is really important because if there is no deadline, you will never complete the task, right? So when I do the mentoring of candidates, I notice that they don't set up a deadlines for their activities. Like, for example, if they are learning, they will drag learning for 4 to 5 months, 6 months. And even it happened with me as well for a very long time, but I improved on that. Okay. So deadlines are really important and it's good to have. Arrange tasks logically based on dependencies. Now, while arranging the task, we need to consider the dependencies, mandatory dependencies, like you must do these first. So there are some dependencies when you are writing activities, then you need to consider all of that and you need to prioritize based on the dependencies. Okay. Next one, the word is difficult to pronounce. I want to give it a try. Okay, please bear with me. Discretionary. Okay, I got it wrong. Discretionary dependencies. Okay, it's better if you do it in this order. Okay, again, order is recommended. It is important. You have to follow the sequence. Okay, so guys, if you are able to pronounce this word very well, please comment yes, and you can write this word discretionary. Again, I missed it. Okay. I will learn. Okay. Uh, Doing QA before coding. Okay. Even before I go ahead, see, um, language is not the barrier. Of course, basic communication skills are required, but it is not the showstopper for you. Okay. So if you are feeling little nervous about your pronunciation and communication skills, don't worry. If you notice me, if you observe me, all the time I use easy and simple words to understand. Okay. That way I'm playing little smart. Okay. You can also play smart. Okay. You don't have to have a very difficult dictionary or big words. Okay. So now if we understand the sequence very well, software development life cycle, then you cannot do testing before coding. Can you do? No. You can definitely write test plans, but can you write coding? Sorry, can you do QA work before coding? Like, can you test any function? Because unless and until you code something, what you will test? Okay, that is what the order, right order is required, sequence is required. That's a comedy show waiting to happen. Okay, I want to give you a real time example. Let's say you wake up in the morning, you go to office directly, and you have a shower, and you brush your teeth, you go to washroom, and after that you have your dinner. Okay, so is it in the right sequence? No, the right sequence is I wake up, I do my morning activities. I go to washroom. I take a bath. I have a breakfast. I come to office. I spend my day in the office and come back home, and I have the dinner. So that is what the message is. We have to sequence the activities in the right order. Types of dependencies. Who's waiting on whom? Okay. So it's interesting one. It took some time for me to learn and understand, but it is easy. Okay. Finish to start, that is most common. Finish one and start the next. It is self-explanatory, but in the next slide, I will give waterfall and agile examples. You will understand it very well. Start to start, that means two tasks start together. Finish to finish, tasks finish together. Okay, as like here, the tasks got started together. So here, tasks needs to be finished together. Start to finish, that is rare but real. So dependencies are like friendships. Some are mandatory, some are by choice. Now summary table. Same thing, we are understanding it waterfall and agile example. Finish to start, requirements to design, sprint planning to execution. That means we need to finish the requirements gathering, then only we can start design. We need to do sprint planning, then only we can do the execution. That means in both the cases, first task is getting finished, and then only the second task is getting started. Now start to start, that is UI dev to backend dev, okay, and dev to test case design. That means both activities, as soon as UI dev starts, backend dev also can start. As soon as dev starts, test case design also can start. So both tasks start at the same time. Finish to finish, testing to documents finalization, dev done to QA done. That means these two tasks can finish at the same time. Testing and docs finalization can end at the same time. Dev done into QA done can end at the same time. Okay. But here is a little twist. The first activity can start before documents finalization is starting. Okay. That means first task can start before starting the second task. Okay. But it has to end at the same time. Start to finish, deploy start into testing end. New sprint start to retro ends. That means we cannot start the first activity unless the second activity is finished. Simple, very simple. That is unless and until testing ends, we cannot start the deployment. Same goes for Agile. Unless and until retro ends, we cannot start new sprint start. Okay. So in a nutshell, waterfall is equal to predictable, sequential, and that is equal to more FS, more FF. Finish to start and finish to finish. Okay. Agile is adaptive, parallel. More is start to start, finish to finish. That is just in time work. Now we are talking about Agile Scrum framework. Task boards show sequencing dynamically. So in waterfall, it is fixed. We cannot change. Dynamically means what? We can make adjustments. We can have a change. Now user stories are like work packages. Okay. Now user stories are broken down into tasks, that is like activities. Okay. So in Agile, we are calling activities tasks. Okay. So activities used in waterfall, tasks used in in Agile Scrum framework, and user stories are used as work packages in waterfall. Okay. So that gives you a comparison. So more or less you must have got like it is the same thing, but there is a flexibility in Agile Scrum. Nothing much complicated. Okay. So these are tracked through stages. Okay. Task boards don't just track work, they choreograph it. So task boards are nothing but here we are talking about breaking down the functions into subtasks, okay, features and all that, okay. So stories dance from to do done while tasks boogie beneath them. So it is basically in Agile Scrum we can change. So whenever there is a change, it goes through some uh, challenge. Okay. So change equal to challenge. But challenges are there to help you, make you better. That is why Agile Scrum way, flex, don't fix. In Scrum, we define activities just in time, right? So it is like we will figure it out on the way. User stories are broken down during sprint planning into the tasks, which we just discussed. Focus on value delivery, not rigid timelines. Okay. So value delivery is important, but with my experience, I say that even if it is Agile Scrum project, the business is very much keen on timelines. Unless it is a research project, R&D project, then there is not so much of pressure of timelines. But if you compare with waterfall, there is a flexibility, but still timelines are very crucial. Agile says plan a little, deliver a lot. So in waterfall, we plan a lot and we deliver as per the plan. So in Agile, we plan very much little. And because we are planning little, we can change our plan, we can modify our plan. And through Agile Scrum framework, we want to add value. We want to deliver a quality. Okay. So that is where the difference between Agile and Scrum. So activity mixer game. Arrange tasks in the right sequence. First one is bake it. Second one is preheat oven. Third one is eat cake. Are you feeling hungry? I am also feeling hungry now. Mix ingredients. Okay. So, do you think it is the right sequence? If yes, then you can eat a good cake. But actually, this is not the right sequence. So, hint is eating raw cake mix is not advised. So, you can, I request all of you to please comment the right sequence. Okay, I will not give you the answer. Sorry for that. Conclusion, keep it logical, keep it flowing. So we must keep it logical. So logic and the common sense, which is something we I really sometimes don't get it correct, but ultimately common sense and logic is required. Every activity needs a place and time, definitely. Without place and time, activity cannot be performed. Define clearly, sequence smartly. Clarity is important in defining the tasks, and we have to sequence things smartly. Why smartly? Because when we do it in a smart way, we are able to save time, and also we follow the right sequence. Use logic, not magic. So that's what using logic is important. It's not a magic that over the night we will deliver a software. So that's never going to happen. So because just doing it is not a valid scheduling technique, sadly. So the message is we cannot have unrealistic goals. It has to be measurable. It has to be achievable. Okay. That's the whole message. With that message, I'm coming to the end. I want to say thank you for staying here uh, to, to, to the end of the video. If you have enjoyed the content, please like it. And if you want to appreciate my effort, you can subscribe the channel. Thank you. Catch you soon. Bye bye.